Hi, this is Mrs. Thompson, Hillsborough High School's College and Career Counselor. Your school counselors and I are super excited to introduce to you a system called SCOIR. While it's spelled SCOIR, it is indeed pronounced SCOIR. SCOIR is the web-based system our school uses to help you through the college search and application process. Early on in your high school careers and through your junior year, you'll primarily use SCOIR to do a college search or many college searches, keep track of schools that you might be interested in, which helps us to communicate to you about those schools, view historical admission data from Hillsborough High School students, sign up for college and military visits right here at Hillsborough High School beginning in your junior year. And for sophomores, we'll work with you to use Science, the career assessment that's linked right from SCOIR. Later on, when you're a senior, you'll be using SCOIR to track the applications that you've sent out and communicate with your school counselor, request your letters of recommendation from teachers. As school counselors, we use it to send out your materials to colleges, and you'll be able to tell right in SCOIR that we've done that sending and exactly when. And you can even apply to some colleges using SCOIR. The great news is that it is super easy to navigate and requires very little assistance from anyone. Parents, you'll even also have access to SCOIR. Once your child logs in, they'll be able to add you so that you can create your SCOIR account. Students, to get started within SCOIR, you'll get an invitation from your school counselor. It'll come in your email from the email address register@scoir.com. Once you get that email address, you'll just want to go ahead and click on the link in it and start to register your account. It'll show your name and your high school, and then you'll have the opportunity to go ahead and create a password. You can also use Clever to log in later. While you can link additional email addresses to your SCOIR account, we do ask that you leave your Hillsborough High School email as your primary email account and use it to log into your account. This prevents you from accidentally making a second SCOIR account that's not linked to the high school. If you realize now that you don't have an invite, or perhaps your invite expired, don't worry, you can still get in. If you don't have an invite at all, you can just ask your school counselor or me, Mrs. Thompson, to send you a new one. If you have one and you realize that it's expired, you can follow the process on the screen to go ahead and manually register and link back into the account. If you have trouble at any time, just ask your school counselor or me. Let's get started with a quick walkthrough. One thing to note is that when you log into SCOIR, it may look and probably will look entirely different from what you see right in front of me. And that's because SCOIR is dynamic to the individual user. One of the things that you'll see, though, when you first log in is a little box that looks like this one. Mine's gone because I've already done it. But there's a quick 7-question quiz that you can use to start to find some best fit colleges. The good news is that while you can do it early as a freshman or sophomore, you can still do it later on. And if you've already done it and want to redo it, that's fine too. You can do that by just going back to your matches. So I already did mine and it brought me these matches. If I want to retake it, I can just click retake quiz. So the types of things that it asks me are lots of basic questions to help students get started in their search. Things about what kinds of programs they're interested in, where they might want to be geographically, how big of a school they might be looking at, and what else they might be looking for in their college experience. You can choose to answer as many or as few things as you want, and you can give other ideas so that SCOIR knows what other schools you might be interested in. It's kind of like working with Netflix. And then I can find my matches. So now it's going to go ahead and compute some of those. It's super easy to save any schools that you're interested in right to your profile. Right from here, you can just click on these schools to add them to your colleges list. So remember before I mentioned you can track schools of interest. So that's what I'm doing by clicking these little bookmark buttons. Anything that I save within SCOIR goes right here to my colleges list and specifically to my following list. So this is a place that you'll be able to keep track of things. You can add them and subtract them all throughout high school. And eventually when you're juniors and seniors, you'll use these other columns here, applying and applied. Some other things that you can do in SCOIR are search for specific colleges or do a college search. So you can do a search starting from right here in the search box up top, or you can go from Discover, which takes you to almost the same place. And then you can do a college search. And again, you can go ahead and start following them right from here. One thing that's nice to look at is to look at an individual profile for a school. So you can do that by clicking on a link for the school or just typing in the name of the school right up top. Once you get here, you find a lot of information about the university. Some of it's general information, like this information here. It tells you that Adelphi's admission rate is 75% and where their average SAT is. It gives you some similar schools. So students who like Adelphi might like these other schools, which are coincidentally mostly on Long Island. You can see what majors are available, what the academic focus is for that particular school, and what kinds of programs are very popular at that school. Many students really like this admissions tab because this is where they can start to get specific information about the types of students that are admitted to the school. The information they see here is general for all applicants to the university, not just those here at Hillsborough. But then we can also come over and look at our applicant scattergram to get a better idea about Hillsborough applicants to Adelphi. So this is for Hillsborough applicants within the last 5 or 6 years. And if you've already taken the SAT, you'll have a star. If not, you won't. Each of these green dots represents a Hillsborough student who has applied and been accepted to Adelphi. And it shows their GPA going across the top and their test scores going up and down. Unfortunately, because there are a lot of students applying test optional, you might find that not all students from the last 2 or 3 years appear on any given school's graph. But this can start to help you understand, at least based upon your GPA, how realistic chances of admission are for you. And you'll see that for other schools that are more selective, it starts to be more telling. Other information in here includes cost information and information about student life. Students, you can also come over here to the Me section, and this is where you'll be able to view your profile. All of the information about you in SCOIR is here. This is where you can send your parents an invite if they don't already have one. And you'll see there's other information about you in here, including your testing record, your GPA, etc. Down here further on your profile is where you'll be able to go to complete your brain games and use science. We'll do it together in sophomore year, but students are welcome to get started on their own. Also up here, we have our events and deadlines section. So if you are a junior and senior watching this, don't forget that in the fall, you can sign up there for school visits right here at Hillsborough High School from many colleges and universities across the country. Students who are entering their senior year, you'll need to do your brag sheet, and parents will do the parent point of view right here in the survey section. In general, though, you can see it's very easy to navigate on your own, and we hope that you will really enjoy using SCOIR. Thanks.